Welcome to Kitchen Table Conversations, a series of short and shareable conversation starters for those of us who have or love and support people with a complicated and beautiful brain. Here's your host, Angela Geddes.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Kitchen Table Conversations. I'm your host, Angela, and thanks so much for tuning in today. Today, I will actually be out of the country by the time this airs, and I just wanted to take a minute to say, how grateful I am to be able to do this work and how grateful I am to be able to be in a position where I'm able to take a vacation. And I'm saying that because on my way out the door, so I'm literally leaving the house in about 5 minutes, and on my way out the door, I've just received another, not a crisis call because I don't deal with crisis services necessarily, but certainly a very critical situation for another young family. And then I'm also supporting, two other individuals earlier today with last minute details around other kinds of applications to Developmental Services Ontario and follow through with a number of different requests made through our system. And so the reason why I'm saying that is because I am honored to do the work that I do, and I'm very passionate about raising awareness around healthy pregnancies. And, my mandate or my mission statement would be to reduce both the impact and the incidences of prenatal alcohol exposure. And so for that, I thank you for tuning in, and I just can't reiterate enough about how important it is, particularly when I see the impacts every single day with individuals who struggle with their very complicated yet beautiful brain, and with family members who remain quite puzzled and unsure as to how best to support the people that they love so very, very much. So again, I have the privilege to work with so many wonderful, resilient, creative, compassionate, and tolerant people. And I just wanted to say that people affected by prenatal exposures are really amazing. But the reality is life is hard. Life is hard for all of us, and life is definitely harder for individuals who've been impacted by prenatal exposures and alcohol in particular. And so now I want to say that, yes, for those of you who know me, know that I do this podcast because I really do want to change the world. I really do want to share this message. But I realize that, we have to take care of our own little corners of the world first. And those were the messages that I always said to my kids and to my family. And yes, we do need to extend ourselves and to be helpful to others. I mean, I'm a social worker. My family is full of helpers, so we definitely get that. But we also have to be careful not to take on more than what we can handle. And so when my little guy was very young, I remember him flipping from cartoons and then watching some television programs or infomercials that were suggesting that we donate to other countries and to adopt children and what have you, and the reality that other children in the world struggle to the degree of which he saw on television really, really upset him so that he couldn't stop talking about it, and he was quite anxious, and he wanted me to adopt a few kids and send some money and that kind of thing, which was wonderful and lovely and spoke to his character, which remains today. However, I did take the time to say, we need to make a difference in our corner of the world and hope that domino effect takes place. So again, that's why I'm doing this podcast. But I also want to highlight the fact that my sister gave me one of the best compliments not very long ago. And I'm getting a little emotional thinking about it because we just have a new member of our family. And my sister said, if you ever wonder if you've made a difference in the world, Ange, please know that you have, because her daughter has just had a baby, and they were very, very planful around the health of this baby and made sure that they went alcohol-free while they were, actively trying to have a baby. And so I just can't tell you how happy I am to know that, in our culture where socially there's a lot of opportunities to consume alcohol, whether you're on the golf course, whether you're playing baseball, whether you're coming home after work, alcohol is a big part of our circles and our communities. And we need to be aware of that, but we also need to be aware of the risks. And there are significant risks for even small amounts of alcohol prenatally. So I did make a difference, and we have a brand new member of the family who's had absolutely no alcohol or substance interference. And for that, I'm very proud. And I just wanted to share that to all of you today before I go away for a week with my family to kind of rest and recuperate myself. And sometimes I feel guilty about that because I know many of the families that I support don't have the opportunities that I do. But I'm going to try really, really hard not to feel guilty and to continue to make a difference in my corner of the world. So thanks so much, and please share this message if you can, and go back to my website and take a look at some of the resources and some of the literature and some of the research that really helps us to understand how important these messages are. So for that, I thank you. Angela.